Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and my fellow hunters, to Lord of the Rings Return to Moria Durin's Folk expansion. This is episode 3. In the previous one, we did discover and explore majority of Westgate. Off camera, I did go through, light up everything we have explored, and mine out all the deposits, and collected as much resources as I possibly could. Nothing has changed about the base here. This is the quantity of iron we did manage to collect from the deposits. I have smelted a fair, well, not a lot, but a few into the iron ingots. So we managed to craft out the Iron Hills armor. We already had the gauntlet, and we have our shield prepared. Um, we didn't get much coal, which is unfortunate, but we did stock up a full stack and a chest for the base, pretty much a full stack of wood. We managed to get one tree down in that farming area that I mentioned in the previous episode. There's one tree that did end up giving us elven wood. Unfortunately, not yet we can do anything with it. Um, we got a good chunk of food. I managed to get an extra 7 lembas out of some random chests that are littered around that we just didn't see. But on top of that, we did manage to find an extra full chest of stone out of all the deposits. But as I said, I went through and lit up majority of the areas. Once again, I did miss that building, but we'll get back to that later. Um, but today we are going to push forward into the next area, um, and see what we can find. Okay, so this is in fact the final area of Westgate that I didn't want to explore completely, simply because I wanted to have this introduced into the episode. Am I able to build? I can. So, which way is it facing? This way. Monuments to Durin raise spirits. Monuments to Durin raise spirits. There is more to this monument than just history and honor. Now that it is rebuilt, it drives away darkness and despair with hope and courage. Shadow dare not approach it.
Was young, the mountains green, no stain yet on the moon was seen, no words were laid on stream or stone when Durin walked and walked alone. He named the nameless hills and dells. He drank from yet untasted wells. He stooped and looked in mirror and saw a crown of stars appear as gems upon a silver thread above the shadow of his head.
Till Durin wakes from sleep.
And there we have our first monument. Durin the Third. Statue of Durin the Third who shut the door in Sauron's face. Ah, if only he had woken when Erebor and Dale needed him. Durin III, King of Khazad-dûm, late Second Age, a patron of grand and beautiful craftsmanship, for whom the doors of Durin were made. A kingly king, a reign of friendship, with men and elves under the mountain shade. He is Durin the Defender, protector of our kingdom, who shut out the shadow, for this realm shall not fade. Always love those songs. So with the monuments, if you've seen the shadow that was just here, it did manage to dispel the shadow, which we will learn more about later. Um, but now we can actually walk down here. We can't pick up this Mahal's gift, actually. Um, we can. I didn't realize that that stone went over. Let's do a quick search, see if there's anything extra special in here. Or is, what, was it a car? We don't need that right now. See, is there anything that can be of use up here? No. There's one extra building up there. Nothing of importance.
Ah, ah. Shh. I hear water. Behind this wall. Could be the shortcut to the mines. Time to dig.
Take the shortcut. Dig through the rubble leading to the mines of Moria. The sounds of birds and flowing water. Something is on the other side of this collapse, and my nose is telling me this is the way to go. Always follow your nose. Wizard's Mark. Elven Magic. These runes are the markings of the wizard Tharkun. Here is what is written. The magic of the elves is strong here. A wizard searches for Thrain. Notice from the king. King's order. Gadnarag's Nazg. Sorry. By order of the King Durin III, this area of Zareg is shut to all, under penalty of exile. So, this... is that? No, that's just vines. This finalizes our trip into Westgate, and now we are progressing into the second area of Moria. So we just got to break through this barrier.
A hidden elven cavern. Inside Khazad-dûm. Well, ha, bust my granite.
Search for the mine's entrance. Find a shortcut to the mines. Explore this strange part of Moria and find the way to the mines. This blocked off area could be my way into the old mines of Moria. It is quite strange that any part of Moria was barricaded, by the order of the king no less. At least it seems to be untouched by evil shadow. A very good sign. So now this location is is probably no doubt the best base building location in the game from my point of view. There is so much area to build, so much to explore, and there's just it's just such a beautiful area. Always will be. And there's plenty of resources on top of that. Something I want to try. Um, so let's see what we can do here. So we can't actually, wait, how does this work? Focal point, no, up. I want to see if I can get a good position for a thumbnail. I mean, that might work. Yeah, like that. Out there. That's a good spot. Ah, now, so hopefully we get some good situations here. I'm not going to go into too in depth of what I mean by that. But we want to, actually I want to get rid of this marker because I don't need it anymore. Hide. Don't need that marker. Alright, so we've got some coal, which is always good. There's a statue here.
Look there! Ha! I see something!
There's a lot to see here.
Isengard was better than this black pit. This is all we got now. Hateful men won't have us.
A tribe of Saruman's filth. These are no normal orcs, but goblin men. Saruman may be gone, but he left a legion of these miserable wretches to despoil Middle Earth. I've seen them driven away from the settlements of men, foul as they are. This dark pit must be their last refuge, at least until I happily drive them away from Khazad-dûm as well.
That's all you've got?
Now we've got ya.
Finish this one off!
So we can't pick up anything, not yet. Now one thing to note about these orc camps is that the majority of the time that there is always one of these orcish chests and it requires an orcish key. All you need to do is come up to this and give it a whack and it will drop the orcish key. Pick it up and put it in the chest and it will give you loot. Now nothing here I want to grab just yet. And if you do happen to leave the banners it will respawn the orcs and goblin men, which is a good way to rack up on coins, um, and the abax, as well as metal fragments and other goodies. But there's more benefit out of actually breaking them, because you do tend to get quite a bit of raids, patrols that do come by, which you rack up on all the gold and everything else that it gives
No
quite
wonder
often.
Saruman made us better. Yeah. Not that men care. Chasing us away from every village. Something's over there.
That's one more for me.
Taste my blade.
So it seems that these guys are just dropping metal fragments and coins, but that's fine. Elves in Moria. Elves in Moria. For centuries during the Second Age, elves of Eregion who were trusted friends of the dwarves of Khazad-dûm. The friendship that grew between Durin's folk and the elven smiths of Eregion was the closest that had ever been between the two races. But as the tendrils of shadow began to creep far across Middle-earth, King Durin III made the dire decision to shut the doors of Khazad-dûm to protect the Dwarven realm and all its citizens from Sauron's return. The elves may believe King Durin had betrayed them, but this decision meant Khazad-dûm was able to defend itself against Sauron's attempt to conquer without them. Now we did have... no... Where is it? Hated by other orcs. Goblin men seem to be much hated by other orcs in Moria. They are not only scavenging away any good meat they can get their hands on, but unlike the other orcs, they can endure sunlight and do not need to live in caves. I hear something big. Yep, just over there. Alright, so let's drop the meat, pick up the key, put it in, and what did we get? Nothing of importance right now. We'll come back. Alright, and here we have a bear that for some reason is glitching out. Alright, we'll come back for that hide.
Would choose to live here. Not enough meat. Too many orcs. Orcish foes. All of them.
Orcs avoid the Elven Quarter. A bit of luck, the spirit of the elves can still be felt here in the Elven Quarter, and is certainly felt by the goblin men. The elven magic here hurts them.
Warrior will be out. What was that?
Oh, I missed.
Oi, get over there!
I don't see you trying. Alright, let's break this down. Drop the meat, pick up the key. Orcish key. Nothing else good. Not yet. That's fine. Alright. Alright, so before we go in, there's something to save time. If you come over here, sorry, let me get my torch. It's too dark. This thing here, replacement pipe. If you pick it up, you can't run, you can't jump, but you can throw it. Just throw it in there. Alright, just throw that in there.
An elven forge in an elven hall within Khazad Dûm. Must be rubble in my eyes.
The friendship of Navi and Celebrimbor. The friendship between the Master Dwarven craftsman Navi and the Elf Lord Celebrimbor is one of the most well-known and respected amongst dwarves, elves, and other races. A symbol of friendship between dwarves and elves, together, Navi and Celebrimbor crafted numerous famed works at this elven forge. They had merged the great metal crafts of Khazad-dûm and Eregion to create such works as the Substance Ithildin, the Doors of Durin, and much more. Few dwarf-elf friendships through the ages are so marked as theirs. Right, pick it up again and chuck it over there. As you can see, we are seeing. Oh, okay. We've got another replacement part. There are 3 yellow glowing items that we need to put parts in. This one needs to go up the top. But before we do that, there's a replacement crank just here. They're always in these exact same spots, depending on the location. But each location always has designated spots. This is the crank. This is the pipe. Now, it's a little hard to see. Let me... So there's a little staircase here. If you just bring it up these stairs. I apologize for the light. So, it's obviously saying the Great Forge of Navi damaged. We just got to put in the parts to repair it. Once again, I apologize for the darkness. There's not much I can do while holding this thing. And once you get to the top of the stairs here, you just want to equip something, because you can't actually get it up there without some scaffolding. Okay, let me just craft up another torch. Oh! Lucky that wasn't a lambast. Nope, don't want to do that. Now, you don't want to just place them on next to each other. You want to kind of line them up in a way that it creates a staircase like that. Come on. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just need it to be enough to get across. Just like that. So now we can grab this and hopefully I don't fall off. You should just be able to walk straight up. There we go. Placement pipe in. We can just drop down. Get our torch back. And now the last part should be down here in the bottom, which is the gear. Again, a little hard to see, just follow the stairs, find the doorway, loop around. up the stairs, and there it is. Now, one thing you also want to note is once you do this, it will repair the forge. So that unlocked a bunch of stuff,
A
but
horde! Get ready!
yeah, every forge will call in a horde, and it's normally a big horde too. So, but the orcs are fairly easy to take care of. So like the little ones are always one hit, but we do get big ones like these guys. 2 charged attacks should do it.
We got orcs!
No, wrong one. Whoop! Almost got me then. You just want to keep moving to avoid the arrows. And it looks... no, they're still going. Oh, they got me. Come on, come in. Ow. Oh, they're hurting each other. Come on. You just want to take your time. Alright. They killed themselves. And that is our first Forge Horde complete. Now there is a bunch of loot here that we will collect. But first I'm going to do a quick base build setup. I like to put down a big one here. Hang on, let me grab a torch so I can see. I like to be precise about my placement. I don't like this placement of the... I can break it. You know, I actually might do that. Get it out of the way. They're not useful at all. Like, even if you do light them, they do end up going out, which ends up being a waste of fuel. Then I like to add the bed over here, just on this little platform. Make sure you claim it so you don't lose your position. And then I like to add in a repair smithy up here by this brazier. Let's go right there in the corner. Repair anything if it needs doing. I think I'm fine for now. Then we want to get a table. Do we want? No, we'll just go a standard table here. We'll just chuck it here, cause why not? What else? And we'll get a little chest for our food. That looks to be it for now. We've got no extra space, that's fine. We will throw a chest up here. This one, okay, we can't put it there, so we'll just put it here for now. We'll just chuck in, we don't need the coal on us. We'll keep the, actually no, we do need the coal. We can deposit that. We'll hold on to the rest. Let's go collect all this stuff. It's late morning, which means it's gonna go to noon. Let's craft up a couple of them. How's our energy? That's pretty full. Now we're just going back to get our stone, our iron, and our coal. Because there's something we can make. Not out of the stone, but out of the coal and iron. Which is why I brought it. The extra with us. We've got 15. It's not a whole lot, but we can manage. So what we want to make is the steel ingots, because if we come over to the forge here, we can get an upgrade. We need 3 steel for the pickaxe, and normally I go for the Oregon, but I think for this one, actually no, I can't. We need bronze. Ooh, that's not good. But we should be fine in a bit. So what do we need? 6 for that. So we just need 6, 7, 8, 9. Can we make 9? No. That's annoying. We can make 5. But we only need 3 for now. Well, what else do we need for the pickaxe? 4 elven wood, and that was the 4 we had at the start. That's fine, we can just go out and get some. So it's noon now, so we can actually eat the food and get the buff. I'll leave the second one temporarily. How are we doing? So we got 5 more. Let me just quickly go and get 4 elven wood while that is cooking up. But what I want is these trees. There we go. Just enough. I'm not sure if we'll need more for what we can craft out of the workbench. I'll quickly grab this food before it spoils and changes over to evening. We got the 3 that we need. We can, ooh, okay, actually I'm going to wait. Yep, collect the 1. Or is it 2? No, it's 2. Let's wait for 1 more. Oh, yeah, lucky we had enough coal for the 5. Let's make the axe. Oh, we need more for that as well. So we got 1. Now we can craft the hammer. Alright. I like to put the workbench up here. I like to line it up with the barrier here. Alright, so now we unlock the ability for an extra pack. Now, how much? We need one hide. One more hide. Let's put this up. Actually, I'm gonna put it up over the bed. So that's... And then I'm going to place the pickaxe in. So that's our first pickaxe. We don't need it anymore because we have... What am I doing? We have the new one. I need to put it down here. What else have we got? We've got the hammer. Actually, I'm curious. Can we deposit the hammer? You can. Okay, let's actually add a second one then. Okay, and then we grab the pickaxe. Chuck that up there. So our first two set of tools that we no longer need. So we can deposit what we don't need. We don't need the iron, we don't need the wood. We'll keep the stone. We'll take the half fragments, the wood. That looks to be all that we need for now. Alright, so we need one extra hide for the backpack, so we can grab that. I want to take this path up here. I want... No! I want you. There we go. Ooh, okay, they hit hard. So we'll just wander around the Elven Quarter, see what we can find. Okay, so we got a statue down here. We're not gonna go into the mines just yet. We're just gonna explore Elven Quarter for now. Alright, so there's still a hammer that we did craft that allows us to build these statues. You can't do it with the iron hammer. This one just gave us a part for the Eregion shield. Again, probably not something we're gonna need. Okay, so grab out the sword again. No! Come back. You didn't... Okay, you didn't fall off. Okay, I got them. That's good. Alright, so we've got a couple buildings here. Is there anything? Okay, so we got one of the Navi Musnakan carvings. If I just hold interact. Okay, there's another one. So we got some farm plots here. So there isn't any light here, so we can actually use these for our mushrooms, which is quite nice. So we have another statue. What do we get? Oh, so we got recipe for the Elven arrows.
Have you seen? No, and I'll keep it that way. Maybe the orc's killer. Wait, can she be killed?
Okay. Who is her? So you're gonna cause me problems, aren't you? like doing it like that, because it saves durability on the sword, compared to just swinging away. And it also stuns them too, which is also nice. Alright, so we got another chest. Okay, we got a Muznakan, bunch of other goodies. Nothing we want to. Actually, I'll grab this, and I'll take that. I'll leave the rest. Pull out the torch so we can see. Lucky, otherwise we would miss that statue. Build. And there is our recipe for the Region shield. So what deposit do we have here? Just some more iron. So we've only come across one coal deposit, which isn't that good. We need the coal deposits. So we got a blacksmith here. It should be holding interact through these buildings, just like that. Alright, so let's grab this wood. Alright, now, depending on your seed, every Elven quarter you come across will actually have one of these Elbreth blessings. Every day, one Elbreth blessing will produce on the statue. If you wait up to 4 days, you'll get 4, but it will not go any higher than 4, so make sure you do come pick them up, because Elbreth's blessing is actually the key ingredient for Lambas. And now we are back to the start. We have another statue. And there is our recipe for the Elven arrows. So I've got the nice waterfall here with a neat little land bridge.
A bear nest!
Where? Oh, right there. And there's the bear. Okay. I can't see, so I'll keep the torch out. As long as I stun him, I'll be fine. Alright, so we got some light plots here, which we can use for some other seedlings.
Maybe we can get into the old mines. Find a way back onto Durin's highway from there.
Enter the mines of Moria. Follow the arched path towards the mines. This must be the way to the old iron mines. I long to see the ancient proving grounds of our people. With luck, the mines will have an open way to Durin's highway, and then on to the exit. Okay, so we didn't read the one from the forge. After relighting the Great Forge in Navi, the booms echoed through the whole mountain. It's no wonder it brought every orc within 20 fathoms down upon the chamber. Even the goblin men and the Moria orcs joined in mutual violence. Okay, so we got the pickaxe, but we are not going to progress that way just yet. So it looks like we possibly have 2, maybe 3 deposits of coal, and maybe 4, 5, or even 6 deposits of iron. It's going to be pretty plentiful in resource once I get through with all that off camera. Alright, so we got the There's some more meat. We've got the Elbows Blessing. I didn't find the Muznakan. That's the problem. Don't know where it was. So now we can get the adventure pack. So now we have an extra 2 slots, 2 rows of inventory space, which is fantastic. I am going to repair my stuff. So 60, that should be fine. What is it for the shield? More bronze. Bronze, 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 bronze. So we can't craft any of this until we get into the next area. So I think that is going to wrap it up for this episode. Again, let me know in the comments if you want to see a mining episode, um, as well as tell me about your journey, your adventures, any stories you have through your Return to Moria experience. Let me know again if you have experienced the start of the Durin folk. I want to know any ideas or tips you may have for using the content that is added in Durin's folk. I'm not going to pull any spoilers for those that aren't aware of what it is. Um, but that's going to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next episode. Until then, peace.